Good morning and welcome to the Beks Creates podcast. My name's Beks and I'm coming to you from a very grey, overcast Bristol where I live with my partner Paul and our Norwegian forest cat Mufasa, who is currently downstairs in his usual sleepy position, bless him. So thanks for joining me again. I think I forgot to check as usual, but I'm pretty sure it's episode 13. It's December the 4th, and I wanted to come back and share some more of my knitting with you. I just wanted to say a huge thank you because last time I had so many lovely messages and comments, sort of get well messages about my hip, and everyone's been so lovely on Instagram. I just want to say a massive thank you. I've been really keen to get back and record again as soon as possible, just because last time it really gave me a boost. It kind of gave me a purpose to my day, and it just really made me feel loads better. I had a really good day. So obviously I've got quite a lot of knitting content going on at the moment anyway, so it was quite easy to come back quite quickly. I've got lots to show you today. I've got some finished objects. I've got quite a few whips, including some advent whips, which is exciting. I have a few acquisitions, although most of them are stuck in the post, which is really annoying. And I thought I'd share with you some of the Vlogmas videos I'm watching. So I'm going to crack on. Oh, before I do, I must just announce the winner of my giveaway. So I was running a giveaway for a copy of the Festive Cheer Cowl pattern by my gorgeous knitting bestie Hannah of Yarnia Designs, and I picked a winner on Monday the 30th so that the winner could start on the 1st if they wanted to, and the winner of that was Stacey, who I believe was Stacey J Lou on Instagram and Ravelry. So Hannah's already contacted her and sent her pattern over, and Stacey said, so I'm just looking to the side because I've got my show notes down there. Stacey said she's got 3 advents this year. She's very lucky. She's got one from Green Lambkin Yarns, one from Beehive Yarns, and one from Vicky Brown Designs. So she's got a choice of yarns to use with her gorgeous pattern. So I hope you enjoy it, Stacey, and thanks for watching and commenting. Right then, so I'm going to crack on with my finished objects. So, sorry, a bit of coffee first. I got a new Christmas mug, so I told Paul I couldn't possibly show my face on YouTube again until I had a Christmas mug. I'm watching far too much Vlogmas. So my first finished object was very nearly finished when I filmed last week, and these are my Lola socks. So the pattern is by the lovely Jules Hill, and the yarn is Gingerbread Martini on the Stellina base by Mr. Bees. And if you are watching Sandy by the Lakeside's Vlogmas, you might have seen this yarn because Cherie sent her a skein. So Claire and John were very excited to be as seen on Sandy by the Lakeside. Very excited. So there are 2. Here's the other one. Beautiful pattern. I loved it. I will be casting on another pair soon. You can see the simple feather and fan pattern down the front of the sock. It was so easy. It's a 4-row repeat. Completely mindless knitting. Absolutely perfect for Strictly socks, which is what it was designed for. And just lovely. And obviously £3 from the sale of that pattern goes to Bill's special bus. And if you don't know about Bill's special bus, pop over to Tales from Cuckoo Land and Gaynor will fill you in on all the details. So I just chuck that one over there out of the way. My second finished object was also a whip last week, and that is my mountain socks. I love these. So thrilled with them. This was a free pattern I just stumbled across on Hot Right Now on Ravelry, and they were by a designer called Rachel Nutting. yeah, and they were, again, it was about a 4-row repeat, really simple, easy to memorize. I only had to look at the pattern once. And the yarn is Yule by my lovely Kelly of Lay Family Yarns. And it's just gorgeous. It just reminds me of sort of a snowstorm or something. The texture makes it so just tactile and squishy. It's gorgeous. See a bit closer there. It's called a seersucker pattern, and you can kind of tell why. Really lovely. I bought a sock set, so it came with a mini, this sort of mauvey, lilac-y sort of colour, which I used for the heel. I meant to use it for the toe as well, but I completely forgot. Standard. I'm blaming it all on the codeine at the moment. I'm taking quite a lot of pain medication to manage my hip, and it is making me a little bit brain foggy. I keep forgetting like really random words and stuff like that. Nightmare. Anyway, so that's my 2 finished objects. So moving on to whips. The first one is in my cutie gnome bag from my friend Sarah. And this one is an acquisition and a work in progress. So I think last time I was waiting with bated breath for this to arrive, and it took, even though Sophie posted it really quickly, it took like nearly 2 weeks to get here because of the stupid post. So this is, sorry, it looks an absolute mess, but it's gorgeous. It's Candy Cane Lane by my friend Sophie at Pixie Yarns. Just lush. Everything is covered in mohair at the moment. I'm knitting a lot of mohair projects, and it's on everything. Oh look, it matches my nails as well. I feel like Rach would be proud of me. My yarn matching my nails. Okay, so I have finished one sock tube. I mean, how cool is that? It's sort of a spiraling micro stripe. It's just wild and fun. I did a 1x1 twisted rib, which I really like, and I think it looks really neat. And yeah, I've just done a sock tube and a rounded toe. The toe looks really cool too, the way the yarn spiraled. And I am well on my way down the second sock. So I'm kind of keeping these for like TV knitting. So not too much further to go on those. I reckon they'll be ready in the next few days. But it's the kind of sock that just kind of knits itself because it's just addictive. Just addictive, and it's just such a fun festive yarn. I love it. So those, sorry, I'm picking mohair. So those are just really fun. Okay, my next whip is one that is dragging a bit, if I'm honest. It's my Schnee shawl. So there's not a lot to see on this bit. I think I'm 13 more repeats off of finishing this half. So it is growing, but slowly. And it's the purling back because it's stuck in there. So it's just a bit of a drag purling back. So what I decided to do was to put this on hold. I use Chagu Twist interchangeables. So I just pop the stoppers on that one, and I decided to start the other half, just sort of have a change, have some shorter rows for a bit. And on this section there are some garter bits, so I just thought it might go a bit quicker. So this is all I've done so far, but I did only cast it on yesterday. So as you can see, the bits where you hold double, those are garter now, so that does make it a little bit quicker. It's like a weird mistake there, I'm not sure what's going on. It's very tricky because you're knitting with 2 held together and then the mohair on its own. I keep picking up things from other places, so there is by no means perfect, but it is lovely. And also on this bit, the mohair bits are bigger, so it just kind of changes up the texture, and it's just made it a little bit more interesting. So I'm quite glad I decided to do that. I can just go back and do that bit at the end. I was kind of hoping it might be finished for Christmas just because it's kind of a Christmassy colour, but if it's not, it's not. I'm not going to punish myself for it. So that is the Schnee Shawl by Melanie Berg. By the way, do you like my Christmas hoodie? Isn't it lush? We decided this year that rainbows would kind of be our Christmassy theme because of the whole kind of NHS connection this year, the kind of symbol of hope. So I treated myself to this hoodie and I'm so pleased I did. It's like the snuggliest. I love this like big cowly sort of neck on it. It's got thumb loops in the cuffs, which is really cool, and it's really useful because at the moment when I go outside, the rare occasion I go outside, I'm on crutches. So and I find if I wear a big coat, I can't get the arms of my coat inside my crutches. I think I talked about this last week. So this is really handy because it's really, really warm. This with like a gilet over the top is perfect. So I am thrilled with it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's got like the chunkiest drawstrings and it's just lush, and it's quite long as well, so keeps my hips warm, and I can tuck one of my microwave heat pouches underneath the waistband, so it's absolutely spot on for this Christmas. I love it. In case you're interested, it's from a website called Elsie's Attic. They do non-Christmassy ones, so I think I'm gonna have to treat myself to one of those after Christmas maybe. Anyways, next is this one. Now, before I came upstairs, I literally just got to the point where I only have a tiny bit left to do on the body. So this is my Triscow sweater by Anna Dervaux, who is along Avec Anna. I've just started watching her podcast. It's really nice. I really like it. So this is it so far. I think this was only a future plan last week when I showed it. So the first bit flew, and then it's been quite a drag, this bit, even though it's cropped. It's just because it's like two yarns held together. It's quite I don't know, it doesn't flow round the needles very easily. Probably means I should do it on a different kind of needle, but I like my chow-goos. So it's got this lovely like eyelet yarn over detail on the raglan seams. This is a free pattern actually. It's just got a garter, a really small garter neckline. Yeah, like I say, just a really simple raglan, and then it's cropped, so you only have to knit about 8 inches here. And then there is a little bit of short row shaping you can see at the top, and then there is a little bit of short row shaping at the back on the bottom. So that's where I'm up to now. I've just got to the 8 inches and I've just got to do the short row shaping before I bind off. And it's really impressive because you'll laugh, this is what I have left on my first skein. So I've done all of that with one skein, which is really impressive. So this second skein is going to be more than enough for the sleeves. This is this was a whoopsie skein that Claire gave me. It's Satsuma in my stocking, but the pink kind of bled, so it's just kind of a slightly dirtier version in the nicest possible way, but it's lovely. I'm holding it double with some Surrey alpaca silk, and I kind of feel like it's sort of got an effect of, I mean, it's not showing up brilliantly there, the light's not great today. It's kind of got the effect of sort of fairy lights reflected in the snow kind of thing. It's really soft and pretty. It's definitely a lot bluer than it looks in this light. It just looks a bit grey there, but you can just see all the pops of colour, and some of the pops of colour are really neon. It's very hard to focus, I'm afraid, but I love it, and I think that's going to look so sweet. I got a couple of pinafore dresses. I think it looked really sweet under that. So need to just plough on with that. I'm hoping to get the body bound off today and maybe get one of the sleeves cast on so that I can crack on with it. Okay then, I feel like I'm rushing today. I'm a bit worried I'm going to get a latte moustache. Okay then, on to the really exciting bit. So obviously Advent started on Tuesday. And I am lucky enough to have 2 advents. I think I spoke about it last week, but I have got Mr. B's and Bird Street UK's first ever advent calendar, which is the School Nativity Advent. I've been trying to talk Claire and John into doing an advent for years. I think they probably hate me for it now because it just made so much work, but people are raving about it. It is awesome, and I've just been so excited to open it every day. So I've obviously at the moment one of the few positives of my situation at the moment is that I do actually have time every day to work on my advent projects. So I've got myself into a nice little routine of when I get up at 6:30 when Paul gets up, but it takes me quite a while to warm up. I'm very stiff and quite sore when I wake up in the morning, so I just chill out, watch a bit of TV, at the moment watch some vlogmases, open my advents, and I work on one of them straight away. So that's really nice, and then the other one I kind of work on some point during the day. So it is nice, and it is something positive that I've got time to do that, and that by Christmas Eve I should have 2 brand new not garments, but accessories. So I ummed and ahed over this first one. I was going to do the Killarney scarf by Amy Loudon, and I bought the pattern and I printed it off and I started it, and it was so complicated. I mean, it's beautiful, it's absolutely stunning, but it's not really suitable if you want to keep up with an advent project. It's not knit each colour in one day. It's really fiddly, lots of cables, which I hate cables. I don't know why I bought it, because I knew it had cables, but I think I just got seduced because it's so beautiful. But I'm more fingers and thumbs with the cable needles. Now I was dropping them and the stitches fall off, and I like cableless cables, like needle-less cables. That's what I like, where you can just sort of do the little trick to go behind or in front. So I should have known it wasn't for me, but I think I just got seduced because it was pretty and the pattern pictures were gorgeous and all the rest of it. So I changed my mind. I had a little rummage around on Ravelry, and I found this, the Adventuresome Wrap by Amber O'Brien. I think Amber O'Brien's patterns they're all gorgeous, and her advent patterns particularly are lovely. I've done I always get the names muddled up, but I think it was the Adventurer Cowl. I did that 2 years ago because it was when I'd had my operation. Yeah, so I settled on this one, and I'm really glad I did. It's really, really pretty. So I'm using this one for my Mr. B's advent calendar, and this is my progress so far. So I've not worked on this one today yet. That'll be my job when I finished here. So this is what I have so far. So you need a main colour. So I just used some Drops Baby Merino in, is it light grey, I think, which I just had in my stash from my my mitered square blanket. So I just thought I'll use something I've got. So here are the colours so far. So day one is this gorgeous blue, this sort of pinky purpley speckles, and that was called Merry Mary. And then day two is based on Joseph, and it's called Who's the Daddy? I just love those two together. It just makes me think of Mary and Joseph instantly. Now, the main character in the Bird Street UK School Nativity is actually called Silky the Spider, which takes some bravery on my part because I'm very scared of spiders. So colour 3 was called A Silky Web, which I just think was gorgeous. I don't think you can pick up the sparkle very well in that, but it's just like this pale minty green with loads of little blue and yellow and green speckles, and the silver stellina. The stellina is every other day. So Mary Mary was stellina, and Who's the Daddy was not. So that is working out really nicely. It's quite a short pattern repeat, so it's easily achievable in a day. It's exactly what I was looking for. Got today's yarn, which was called There's No Room Here. So this is the Innkeeper. I love this colour. It's going to look really nice. Oh, look how nicely it goes next to that. Gorgeous. So what I'm doing with this one is, this uses roughly half of the minis. I've got the other halves in here, let me get them. It uses roughly half, so what I'm doing with the rest is I'm saving them, because Claire's told me that they do actually form a fade. So at the end, well, after Christmas Day, I will have opened them all and I can put them into the fade, and then I'm going to make a big magic knot ball of all the colours and make them into a habitation throw, which is by Helen Stewart. So I'm just loving this, and it's such an event each morning to open my advents and just like have a little look at them, and then I sit and wind it up, and it's just lovely. So yeah, really excited to see it grow. So that's the adventuresome wrap. It's lovely. We've got some nice advent routines going on in our house now. So in the evenings after dinner, we light our advent candle, and then and watch it like a hawk, because I'm rubbish and just let it burn down too far. And then we've both got advent calendars. I've got a Reese's Cups one, which I love, but Paul can't have because he's allergic to peanuts. And Paul's got a Cadbury's Hero one, and we open them, and then his has a quiz attached to it, which you can kind of play as a family and like have a like leaderboard, which we did last year. And Paul and I have a little kind of wager running. So whoever wins the quiz out of the two of us gets to pick a meal, and the other cooks it for them on New Year's Day. So I won last year, so I'm hoping to be reigning champion this year. Yeah, so we do that, and then we listen to a bit of Scala radio, and it's just lovely. It's just cozy and calm, and I'm sort of, you know, I'm having a hard time at the moment, and those little routines and like all the lights and the cozy and the kind of hygge-ness of it all is really helping me along. So Advent's been a real help this year. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Next one. So we had 2 of these bags, so I'm keeping my other Advent in this one as well. They're really handy. So my second Advent is my swap one with my friends. So I will show you what I've got. Now this one obviously is going to be a bit, you know, it's not going to be nicely curated like the other one, because it's from 3 different people, and it's just, you know, things from their stash. So I'm embracing the crazy rainbow-ness of this one. Hey, it's the year of the crazy rainbow, I don't care. So the day one, oh, another one matches my nails. Day one was George's Marvellous Medicine, which is one of my favourite kids' books, by Lay Family Yarns. That was from Claire. Day 2 was a Stranded Dye Works. Sorry, it's got a hair on it. Stranded Dye Works. And I think it was called Reading is Fundamental, which I think was Amy's Operation Social Justice colour, I think. So it's really funky, it's really bright. But it worked quite nicely with day 1. Not too bad. Whoops. God, I don't want to drop them. Day 3, and you'll notice these are tiny because they have already gone straight into a project. So they have shrunk considerably. Day 3, I think Kate said, was a Kate Celine. And I think she wasn't sure, but she thought it might be called Christmas Tree. Sorry, I can't get to focus. It's just a riot of Christmas colours. And then today's day 4 was Coral from Mr. B's. And this one will come in quite handy because I don't think I've got any coral in my Mr. B's northeasterly blanket. So that little nugget can go into that. With this one, I am knitting the Helen Stewart Knit Bent Tartan Cowl. I love this because it's just a bit different. So there's a picture of it being modelled there. So it's a really long cowl, so you can obviously wrap it around a couple of times, but I just think it looks really cool and stylish like that. So I am keeping up with this. This is my pattern that I knit on first thing in the morning. Each colour is only about 6 rounds or so, but there are a lot of stitches in each row. You can't tell on here because it's all bunched up. Now this is wild, but I kind of love it, and I love it because it's from my friends. So here we go so far. So we had a rib, and then day 2 and 3 were stripy, so I had to wait until day 3 to do day 2 and 3. And then I've just done day 4, which is a little eyelet design. You're starting to get this wavy join between the two, which is cool. So I'm really enjoying that. It's nice, it's easy, it's a bit wild and eclectic, and it's quite nice to kind of just go whatever with the colours. So I'm really enjoying that. It's a really nice one, and I am just loving using my advents straight away. I always feel guilty if I open them and then they're sitting there for ages. Although I've only ever had advents before that like Claire's made up for me. I've never bought one before. And I don't have any, I don't have a whole one left. I've done stuff with them every year, so I'm pretty good at that sort of thing. Okay, so moving on to acquisitions. So as you can imagine, I have been buying a few skeins of yarn, because I'm stuck at home, I'm online shopping, but also I'm using yarn. I am absolutely flying through it, so fair enough. It's not buried under a pile of dust by any means. And actually my first acquisition is not a yarny one, but I wanted to share it on here. So my very good friend Abby has started up an Etsy shop called Abby Quinn Prints, and she makes gorgeous lino cuts, and she's made them into these lovely cards which she has in her shop, which is just, I think it's just Abby Quinn Prints, maybe UK, I'll check. Abby Quinn Prints on Etsy, and they're just gorgeous. Oh, that's cool. The just noticed her packaging is compostable, so that's really lovely to see. So I bought a couple of those robins. Now it's worth following Abby on Etsy. On Instagram. I believe she is Abby Quinn 28. Because recently she has done a range of cuts based on, she started off with one based on me, which was just so sweet, and she's done some based on photographs of some of my knitting friends. So she really loves the idea of the kind of cozy nature of knitting as a hobby. So she's done some absolutely gorgeous cuts based on myself, on my friends Asha and Lydia and Roz, and they are just amazing. So it's worth following her on Instagram and having a little look. I'm really excited because she said a copy of my print is winging its way to me soon. So I'm going to find space up here on my picture wall, and it will have pride of place. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so on to the yarny things. So first thing I'm very excited about. So you may have heard about the Rainbow Chronicles, which is, the yarn is from my lovely Lay Family Yarns. Lovely Kelly. And Kelly is releasing a set of rainbow yarns, or a set of coloured yarns from the rainbow. I think, they're January to August. I think there's 8. But she started them from November, so she's launching them 2 months in advance. So these are the January ones, which came out in November, and the February ones are coming out this Sunday. And that is because they are designed to be used as part of a knit along, which she's running in collaboration with Jules from So Sweet Violet, which is called the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. So I'm very excited about this. So the idea is that with the colour of that month, not necessarily with the yarns, but with that colour of the month, so January is pink, obviously, you knit a pair of socks in that month and you can enter them into a giveaway. Enter them into the knit along for a giveaway prize. Then sorry, it's really hard to explain. Jules has done a video and explained this much clearer than me, but at the end of the 8 months where Kelly's launched all the yarns, you then, for the other 4 months of the year, you pick colours that kind of fill in gaps in your rainbow. And then in December, you can enter all 12 pairs of socks. You're supposed to lay them out into a circle, which really appeals to me, and enter your sock rainbow into a big prize draw, which is really exciting. So I wanted in on that, but I've actually decided not to use these yarns for the socks. So these are the minis. I'm actually going to use the minis to make a blanket. I've already decided, and I'm going to I'm trying to decide at the moment whether I fade them kind of from dark to light each month, or whether I go from dark to light and then the next month I go light to dark. I can't quite decide. I think I'll buy the next set, which is dark pinks and reds, on Sunday, and see how I feel when I've got two sets of them. But I'm going to be starting that once all my Christmas knits are finished. So that's very exciting. But obviously I do want to join in the Rainbow Sock Along, so I have decided to use other yarns for that. So for January, I have got this skein of yarn, which, oh my god, look at that. The speckles are wild. I love them. This is from my lovely friend Tracy, who you've heard me talk about, Somerset Yarns, and this is her Arizona colourway. And just those pinks and oranges, those speckles, this is just me in a skein of yarn. Gorgeous. Love it. And I think this is going to be February, which is supposed to be a darker pink, because I just think they work so nicely side by side. This one is her jellyfish colourway. This one I have on DK as well, but I wanted some on fingering weight. So hopefully, I think these are going to be my January and February colourways, because then this one will lead nicely into like a corally peach for March. So those are lush. I can't wait to knit those. I think Jules is launching some patterns to go with it, or I'm not sure how it works, but hopefully I might use some of her patterns to go along with the knit along. Then next I had a message from Claire the other day saying, I've got this new colourway, do you fancy trying it? It's like, yeah. So it is another really wild one. All the yarns match my nails today. This is called My Favourite Shell Suit. And you can see it's kind of got those similar kind of neon-y, pinky, purpley speckles, that I just love so much. But it's also got this like really dense purple section. So I think it's going to make a bit of a micro stripe. So that's going to be some fun socks. And then she just popped a little a mini with it. I think this might be her marshmallow minis. I'm not sure. But so cute. So yes, I was very happy to test that out for her. Did I say it's called My Favourite Shell Suit? I think it reminded her of me as a kid in the 80s and 90s when I was a little bit obsessed with my shell suit. Such a stylish child. Okay, and finally, I forgot to show this last week, because I think I showed some of the extras I had from my advent calendar, but I forgot about this cute little stitch marker that Kate gave me. It was actually a progress keeper. A little pink Diplodocus. So sweet. I love him. Thanks, Kate. Right then, so, excuse me. The only thing left to talk about now was Vlogmas. So because I've got so much time on my hands at the moment, I've been able to to spend a bit of time watching some Vlogmas videos, and I've been actually really grateful for them because, good God, I've nearly completed Netflix and I've watched nearly every crappy Christmas film on Channel 5. Can't even tell you. They're all the same, but I do love them a little bit. So I've got a list here of all the Vlogmases I'm watching. Now obviously there are loads out there, but these are the ones I'm watching daily and really enjoying. Although I say daily, some of them are kind of grouping theirs together, so they're only having a video out every few days. So Hannah from Tales of Yarnia on YouTube is doing a winter vlog series. I love all of Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful. I love her vlog series, and she's doing Vlogmas over on her family channel, which is called This Little Wonderful Life. I just love them. I think they're such a nice family, and I love seeing what they get up to. Of course, I'm watching Gaynor. Why wouldn't you? She's also awesome at Tales of Cuckoo Land. Cherie, I've not seen, I don't think she's launched one yet. I think she's doing weekend vlogs, so I'm looking forward this weekend to seeing what she's up to. She's got the cutest kids. Jules from So Sweet Violet, I watched that just now and I was laughing at Mabel stealing the pom-pom from her hat. Kelly from Lay Family Yarns, Shropshire's premier vlogger. She makes me laugh out loud. Kelly, your vlog is one of my favourites this year. Proper funny. If you need a laugh, find day 2 of Kelly's Vlogmas and look for the energy balls bit. It's so funny. Rachel from So Ray Me, she's absolutely lovely, and it's very exciting to see she's got snow. Suzanne from Green Lampkin Yarns, I've only just discovered her, but she's really sweet, and she's always getting up to fun stuff, so it's nice to watch her. My lovely Lucy at Country Bumpkin Creates. I just love seeing Lucy and hearing her voice. She's so lush. Amy from Taylor S Studios. Her Vlogmases have been lovely so far. Nicola from Bumble Stitches. She's more into stitching and patchwork, I think, these days. So if you like that sort of thing, you'll really like hers. But I just like seeing my friend's lovely face. And I've also gotten into Sandy by the Lakeside. I'm watching her as well. So good God, that is a long list I'm watching, but they are really good. And if you've got any other recommendations, or if you're doing one that I've missed, please let me know. I'd love to add a few more to my list. I've got plenty of time to watch them. So upcoming plans. I'm hoping to get a couple more pairs of socks done by Christmas. I really want to get my Triscoe sweater finished in the next couple of days. And then I don't feel like I've got any really pressing things that I want to make. So that's quite nice because it gives me a bit of freedom to choose something new, which is exciting. Yeah, and that's about it really. I hopefully will be back again in a couple of weeks, hopefully. When I've got plenty to show you. In the meantime, I hope you stay safe and well and keep warm and cozy and enjoy all the Christmas build up, and I will be back to see you really soon. Take care. Bye.